A hot take, considering a lot of people like this game mode, but I think the reasons some people like it are the same reasons others hate it. Let's take a quick look at what Rocket Arena promotes. The trailer puts an emphasis on rockets, combat, and thrilling 3v3 action. And rockets again. It's all about rockets. So much so that half of the tutorial is about rocket jumping, requiring 13 rocket jumps to complete, and mentioning that you can save yourself from falling off the map by rocket jumping. There's a really big emphasis on rocket jumping in this game. So then you get into a rocket ball game and everything is on the ground? The ball spawns on the ground and the goals are on the ground. Was this game mode an afterthought? Why is everything on the ground in a game where they promote the shit out of rocket jumping? Here's an example of why this game mode sucks. After picking up the ball, I float back down to where the ball initially spawned. I aim to the ground-based goal, throw the ball, and score. No rocket jumps required. Admittedly, our opponents were pretty new, but this was still a real in-game example and not just theory crafting. And this is possible on pretty much every map. Which is frustrating because pretty much every map can be tweaked to solve this. Temples of Jaqua has these giant jaguar statues on each side of the map, yet the goal is on the ground. How about putting the goals in the jaguar's mouth? It would give these pillars on the side more purpose. Or make it more interesting and require activating the jaguar before you're able to score a goal in its mouth. That would help solve the current issue of the game being hoard the ball as long as possible, and encourage more teamwork. And Starve Crater has these big towers right next to the goals. Why aren't those being used instead? You can't score a goal by simply throwing the ball from where it spawns. You can if you shoot the ball after you throw it, but that requires more effort than is currently required by the map, which is pick up the ball, aim up, and throw it. Apogee Acres has these big, ornate pillars with rings that spin when you shoot the center piece. Why aren't these being utilized? Imagine if you had to shoot the center to make it disappear, revealing the goal. The outer rings would still keep spinning, which would require timing your throw to not have the ball bounce off the rings. And taking the easy route of rocket jumping up the pillar to be closer would be more dangerous as you're more likely to get shot around by opponents. Rocket Ball is such a missed opportunity, and you might be thinking, your suggestions would make Miss Dean overpowered in Rocket Ball. But Miss Dean is already overpowered in Rocket Ball. Seriously, who thought giving a character that can float around the map while carrying an objective and unbreakable shield was a good idea? Instead of nerfing Boost Capacitor, an artifact that makes every other character not feel slow as a snail, why not nerf Miss Dean's airspeed only? And move the shield to the special ability so it can't be used while carrying an objective. What I and other players have noticed is that people who aren't great at Knockout are the ones that prefer Rocket Ball and Treasure Hunt.
Rocket Ball has absolutely nothing to do with like the core mechanics of the game. Like it doesn't matter how good you are at aiming and shooting in Rocket Ball. It doesn't.
Because the skills required to do well in Knockout, precise aim, leading targets, air juggling, and other quote-unquote hidden knowledge, aren't a requirement to do well in Rocket Ball. At the lower levels of skill, Rocket Ball relies more on these gimmicks than anything else. And at the higher levels of skill, Rocket Ball is a lot of tossing the ball out of bounds to stall for your teammates to respawn.
Yeah, like Rocket Arena, you can't just knock the ball out. You're in a dome, and the ball will always be in place until it's in a goal. If Rocket Ball was like that here, I think it'd be
Last stop
better.
in the end of the line.
Knockouts would mean more.
I'm not saying my suggestions would make Rocket Ball good, but they would definitely make the game mode better than it currently is. And I hope the developers take this advice into consideration, because I'm not looking forward to Rocket Ball being in Season 2 ranked. I don't think it has any place in ranked.
I absolutely fucking hate Rocket Ball. I am with you 110%. That mode should be arena only, just like Treasure. It should not be a ranked mode.
Even if they don't use these suggestions, there is still one more game mode that is worse than Rocket Ball.
There's something to put Treasure Hunt back in ranked? No!